Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to this video which is Warhammer Stormbringer issue 65. We have a Guardian Idol today, so big sprue. And we have a trifold as well. Okay, that's a big ass sprue. But I'm looking forward to putting this together. Right, let's have a look. Core Tactics number 3. In the mortal realms, battles and campaigns are won and lost by the cunning of generals. Even the greatest armies are helpless without good leadership. Every decision a general makes, from which combats to engage in to how to use support troops, contributes to their army's victory or defeat. Right. In this article, we take a look at more of the important tactical principles that a good general needs to understand. So, core tactics. We have spell casting, info, shooting, contesting objectives, your opponent, your army. Selection and then deployment and combat. Okay. I'm an advocate for studying how battles were won and fought. You know, so when you look at things like Cannae or like the ancient battles of Cannae or Cannae or Marathon, you know, to battles, Napoleonic battles, you know, such as Waterloo, and looking at how the troops were manoeuvred and placed, and then how each of the troops was used, whether they were used well or used badly, you know. I think they can help when you're trying to think about how best to use your troops. Guardian Idol, Battlefields and Actually, and then Core Tactics. Right, Echoes of Doom. Oh wow, what's this? Ta-da! Lady of Vines. So sea battles, red section. Lady of Vines. Lady of Vines is the daughter of Alariel and a demigod in her own right. She is a fierce warrior who has died and been reborn many times in Alariel's service. She seeks to hunt down the Skaven raiders and recover the soul pods. So, Lady of Vines. Grey Seer Skritat. Skritat is an ambitious Skaven leader. Wanting to prove his worth to his rivals, he attacked the Sylvaneth and captured their precious soul pods in a daring raid. Now he seeks to repel the Sylvaneth, who have come to reclaim what is theirs. That's pretty cool. Vehicle with the Doom Bell sort of thing. Into Darkness, Blood in the High Snow, Clash in the Caverns, and then we've got Anatomy of Cruel Boy, some D Terrors, and then we have a story, so Caradron Overlords, Guardian Idol, Shelter and Stronghold. Right, Guardian Idols are some of the most important pieces of arcane architecture that are carried by the Stormbringer Crusades and are among the first things to be erected when a new city is established. Okay. Shelter and Stronghold. Guardian Idols stand at the perimeter of every city of Sigmar. Their backs to the city, they keep watch over the haunted wastelands. Outside the safety of the city walls, stern, cold and imposing mere presence of a Guardian Idol is often enough to frighten off many of Sigmar's more cowardly enemies. However, the idols are more than lifeless statues. The city's Nexus siphon channels arcane power from the Nexus, point beneath the city to the Guardians. This power then flows between each idol, forming a potent psychic barrier that holds even the most powerful supernatural forces at bay. Okay, so that's maybe why we're getting 2 of them in the collection then. So Sites of Power in Sigmar's Boon, D6 rolling charts there, and then obviously we're into our how to build. So we get a section of wall, we get a pedestal as well that the idol's going to stand on, which is this one. I do like it. Oh, there's 2 different, you get a head option. I quite like the one, so one's a skull under a helmet and one's a flesh face under a helmet. I quite like the skull. I might be tempted to do that one in. Right, how to paint your Guardian idol. And then we've got the crystal Techless Blue for the energy stones. Glaze the gems with Techless Blue, building up the paint on the lower parts and leaving the upper parts lighter. Nice. It's a nice looking piece of terrainery. It's a nice looking piece of terrain. Where did terrainery come from? Fuck's sake. Right, Flame and Fury, raised to the ground. Battle plan number 5. Here we go. Right. Okay, Alliance of Order. The Order army has discovered the remains of an ancient city of Sigmar, and some of the arcane architecture is still in place. Recognising this as a sacred site and a possible new base, the army takes up a defensive position. The destruction force is not far behind, and soon the army of Order comes under attack. If they win, they will gain a new tactical position. If they lose, the site will be despoiled by the riotous armies of destruction. So, and again, you're taking a choice of 3 heroes and 5 troops. The Alliance of Destruction. The Order army has discovered the remains of another ill-fated expedition. Rather than flee the ruins, the fools have chosen the same fate, and they seem determined to make a last stand there. The destruction commanders gleefully surround them for the attack. If victorious, the forces of destruction will strike a blow against Order and take the city. If they lose, Order will expand their territory and gain a new base to strike from. And again, 3 heroes and 5 troops choices. And again, all 4 of the battle mats, we've got 4 objective markers. The Order are deploying in the centre with the Guardian idol, and the forces of destruction are deploying on each of the short table edges. And then you only need playthrough. Then we get a paint issue, and what are these? Stormcaster Vanquishers. Cool. Like. Right, said Fred. Guardian idol, battlefields of Akshi, core tactics. Right, let's have a look at the plastic, shall we? Come down. So, I mean, this is really nicely detailed in the same sort of way that the domicile shells were. There's plenty of runes and stuff scribed into this pillar on both sides. The brickwork is plain, but there's stuff scribed into the pillar. And then there's the first head. So, I don't know if you can see. First head there, and then the second head is there, and then here's our pedestal which sits over the brick wall. Base for the ruin, and again more runes in this part of the pillar here. Cool. Yeah, nice. Fairly straightforward to clip out and build. So we'll do that, come back in a sec. Okay then, let's get this built, shall we? So I'm going to start off with the wall. Now these are all pinned, so it's fairly easy to just push fit these together. And I'm assuming this is what was intended when they were designed. I do just shave a little bit off the pin so that they go in easier to the hole. Now, when I put this together, I'm actually not going to glue it completely together. So I'm going to make some basically sub-assemblies for ease of painting. And that is just basically that I'm going to make the wall, and then on the pedestal, and then the statuette. And I think that's probably about the best way to proceed. So there's the wall. You can actually just stick it on the base. So let's figure out which way around that's going to go. That looks correct. So when I say I've shaved the pins off slightly, you can just see that all of those just like shaved them, so that instead of being completely round, they're flat on one side. And that just means that as you push it into the hole, they are less likely to trap air inside. Right, so there's the first sub-assembly. Then we've got the pedestal. Now the pedestal's only going to go together one way, so each of the slots and pins do different things. So you're basically going to be putting it together so that you have tab, tab, slot, tab, slot, slot, tab, slot, and then it's just going to go together like so. Last one. So just make sure that's as square as it looks like it's going to be, and then I'm just going to start gluing. The good thing about the liquid cement, I use plastic weld, EMA plastic weld. I've just decanted it into this old Tamiya bottle for plastic glue. Is that it goes off pretty quick. Right, so just remember to do the inside as well. So I think the easiest way to do this is to just go around, make sure you do the inside. And the outside. And this is the bit that's taking the time really. And then the next one. If you've got a particularly big gap, just wiggle it a little. Hopefully you can sort that out. And last one. That was the last one. That one. Done that one. Done that one. Done them all. Right, cool. So there you go. That is the base, and again the pins on this will only go one way. So once you're ready, you can stick it in and stick it down. Now for our statuary. So, I haven't done this one actually. I need to do the pins on this. So, just going to take a little sliver off of each of these pins, just to allow me to let the air escape as I push the pin into position. Okay, and then okay, yep. Just make sure that that's together. Spear in place. Bit of glue. And then we've got our shield and the forearm. That is going to go like so. And then there's a little tab down the bottom here which goes into the statue at the bottom. So just obviously glue and then glue around that. And then you've got just a couple of little pins here to keep the bottom of the spear in place, like thus. Then take your chosen helm. This glues into the back of it. Like thus. And then it will go sideways. Like so. Just lift that up a little bit so I can get glue in there. Push it down. And then there you go. That is your Guardian thing. So we can take the base off, and I just want to check and make sure that I've got it round the right way. I have got it round the right way. So, okay. That's interesting. And there you go. That is your Guardian statue. It's in sections, makes it easier to paint. It means I can spray, if I wanted to, I could spray each section a different undercoat colour, primer colour, for ease of painting. But that's it. Right, hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.